Right. So this is actually the hardest part of the whole assignment. Collecting the data is a little bit tricky. Once you see how to do it, though, it'll make a lot of sense, I hope. I'm going to go ahead and so you're going to need to have, if you are the techie, you have this slide open, or sorry, this tab open, and you're going to be doing this for the group and have your group collect, like recording the data, and then you can go ahead and get those numbers from your group after you're done. And so that'll be a little bit easier because you guys can talk it through and have one person just looking at the screen and other people looking at their data. If you're doing this individually, you're going to need to switch between these two tabs. So you want to have both of these tabs open on your screen. All right, I like to go ahead and put this grid up so that I can see the height on here really easily. And this default ramp is set at 6 feet. So, okay. So I can go ahead and put this person on the ramp, but I like also keeping it at slow. It'll really help me to be able to find some things. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I said that I would be switching gravity in my previous one, so I'll go ahead and show that as well, how I would do that. If I'm doing gravity or mass, you can do that both of those the same way. With height, you have a little bit of a different way that you might want to take that data, and I can show that as well at the after I'm done showing this one. So what I'll do is I will put this person way up here at the top. It doesn't actually really matter exactly where because I said that I'd be measuring from the 5 foot mark. So this is where I want to try to get a point that will be as close to that as possible. So let's go ahead and let this person go down the ramp. Oh, look at that. There's a dot right on there. So I can pause this person and I can look and see, okay, there's 5 feet, right? 4 and 6. So this is the, 5 meter mark up on this ramp. By the way, this ramp is absurdly tall. If you know anything about meters, you can kind of do this mental math to convert that to feet. I'm going to take this tool here and scoot it right along over here to this dot right here. Now I see my height is at 4.99 meters. That's great. I'm just going to call that 5 for this. It's not entirely accurate, but it'll get us close enough. I've got lots of information now. I can see how fast she's going at that height, and that's just after having dropped 1 meter. And then I can see all this other information. So the stuff that I want right here is the potential energy. So I'm going to go to here, and I have my independent variable that I'm going to be plugging in here. So in this case, my independent variable is gravity. And I'm going to go ahead and put in my value for gravity. So if I'm looking over here, I see my gravity is at 9.8 meters per second squared. So I'm going to plug in 9.8 here. Put in the units here, meters per second squared. If you want to be really nitpicky, you can squared like that. And then I'm going to look back because I already forgot about what that potential energy was right at that point. Okay, so my potential energy is 2,936.0 joules. 2,936. 2,936.0 joules. I don't want to put the units in, excuse me, just the number. There we go. Now what I will do is I need to change my independent variable. So I'm going to go ahead and let's put Earth, let's go Moon. Okay, so now, whoa, look at that. So much less gravity. I can move this thing out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and let my person go. And I'm just looking. Oh, let's restart them there. Excellent. So I'm looking for one of these dots to land right at that 5 foot mark. So it worked just fine this time as well. Sometimes you might want to let this person go back and forth a few times, but I don't need to here. So I can mark right at that 5 foot mark. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, look how much less potential energy, 480.4 joules. I'd go back over here. I'm going to record my gravity was 1.6, and my potential energy was 480. I think it was 0.0? 0.4. And I don't think that that's really going to show up all that much on our graph, but we'll put that in as well. So that's how you would do that. You have 5 spaces in the data table. So I'm looking for 5 data points to give you really good, strong data. Okay, so that's how you'll do it. You can, it'll work very similar for changing the gravity and the mass. If I am changing the height, I think you can see how to put that in. You'll be replacing the word gravity with height and putting in meters for your data there. But I'm going to go ahead and I'll reset everything. Okay. I definitely want my grid reference here so that I can see these different heights. I'm going to keep all of these the same. All right, I want to keep working with those defaults. I like it when this person's moving slowly. It makes it easier for me to catch things. And you just need to be able to measure the height at different points. So you're going to be selecting some of these different numbers and measuring the height at those points. So, you might have a really fast way of collecting some data if you're just measuring the height. And that's how you collect data. On our next video, you're going to take a brain break, doodle, whatever. Now get back to work. Excellent. On our next video, I'm going to show you how to manipulate this to create a graph of your data.